Roman, can I just tell them that quick story about what you did? We're talking about being naked on a boat, how you have no privacy. Yeah. So he was like, I'm just gonna walk through all fears, like face everything, and I'm gonna get naked. And he did. He got naked in the dinghy and he drove around, not up at the docks, but in the area. You couldn't tell. Right. But just, he wanted to like make himself do something crazy or whatever. And I was with him and I was rolling because I know he's naked. Hi, I'm Sandy with ACG Podcast. This is my first episode, and today's topic is living the life as a female sailor. Kind of what we go through, things we do. This is two of my friends, fellow sailors, obviously. This is Anna, and this is Dina. So I'm gonna just kind of ask a few questions just to kind of let you into our little world. I know for me, I had an image of the sailor life based on the videos that I saw, the convenience and the pretty people, and you know, it just looks so fun and adventurous, and it is, but that's not all to it.
Then you get to the life.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than you imagine, but because the life is so good, and you learn so much from the hardships, I feel, it keeps you in it, or at least it does me. I guess we'll start with that question, Dina. What keeps you in it, even though there's hardships and stuff? What keeps you in the life?
I don't know. It's just so, to me, it's a solitude. You know, you don't have neighbors right next door to you. You don't have grass to mow. You don't have to fix your roof. You know, you don't have any of that stuff. It's just being in the solitude of the people together. You know, we all have the same, I don't want to say basic problems, you know, or whatever it is. Your water goes out, or your batteries go down,
or your dinghy doesn't work.
Or your solar. We all have the same connection. It might not be at the same day, at the same time, or whatever, but we all live it together, and we know what each other's talking about. And you know, if you need help, you just ask a fellow sailor, they'll help you.
Yell for their neighbor.
And saying that, when Don had his heart attack, we were out here in the marina, and I literally yelled, and it wasn't 30 seconds later, I had EMTs, I had military medical people on my boat. They had the things for his heart, shockers and everything on the boat. And by the time we got to shore, the ambulance was already there, because they said, well, should we call the ambulance? Well, we are the ambulance. You know, so they got him to shore, got him to the ambulance, took him to the airport on a helicopter, boom, he was gone within 30 minutes of just feeling this. You know, it was, so it's a great community. I mean,
it's a great community. I agree. Is that what keeps you in it?
Yeah, I think it's almost the same. I always wanted to live on a boat, right? And but I'm not to sail, not really. You know, I feel like to move, but the arriving is very nice. When you arrive to a new place, you know that you have to figure out the things that you like, where to get the gas, where to pump out, where to do this, where is the market, because usually we anchor in the ugly part of the island or the place, because we are inside in a safe place, right? So it's not really beautiful when you arrive, but it's very, very good. The pleasure is amazing. The feeling is amazing.
Yeah, so you like that.
I like that
you feel welcomed, and the feeling when you first arrive at a place.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you go, you are always welcome.
Yeah, for me, I think it's been stressful at times, and I do battle anxiety, so it's something I'm working through. And I know in this life, it forces you to. You either work through some of this baggage, or you'll get out. And anxiety is one that I'm still working through, but I think the unknown, not knowing what tomorrow brings, gives me anxiety, but it also excites me. And I think the freedom, just knowing that I'm on a boat and I can up and leave. When I lived on land, I was always longing, in my job. I mean, we have jobs here, but I was always longing. I just want to go. And it's like now, even if we don't go, the bottom line is I know I can go.
You can go.
Yeah.
I love to make plans. You know, you are always making plan for where next, right? And if this doesn't work, so you have always 3 or 4 other options. And this always makes our mind, working and planning, and this is great.
Yeah. I know when I moved here from New Mexico in 2002, and I lived up in Bradenton, and I worked at a doctor's office every day, back and forth, looking out the windows at the sunshine, and and you go to work, you go across the bridge, and you see all these sailboats, and I was like, I wonder if people live out there. I wonder if somebody would rent one of those to me and let me live out there, because I was living with my daughter and her 4 kids at the time. Whoa. And I was grandma, I was the one doing everything, but I would wonder, I wonder if you could live out there. And then I met Don, and he had been living on board for years. He had already sold his other sailboat, and we just started looking at magazines and books, and he was telling me this and that, and I was like, really? You can live on there?
Yeah, next thing you know, usually don't understand. They don't know.
That's the whole point of why I want to do this. I might do more than one because there's so much to touch on, but I know for me, I had no idea. Like I said, I went off the videos and I was clueless of what the life really entails and the mentality. And in my mind, I thought, we're going to get on a boat, we're going to travel, it's going to be so fun, we're going to meet people just like me, like-minded, and it's going to be wonderful. And it is wonderful, but it's different.
There's a mixture of people.
Which brings me to my question. Have you ever experienced sailor prejudice? I have.
All the time you do. All the time you do. People think that we're pieces of crap that live out there because we don't have a home, and we don't have to worry about the roof, and we don't have to worry about the electric bills or mowing the grass or the cul-de-sac or the homeowners associations. We don't have that. And I feel like, to me, that land people or whatever, they're jealous. I do, because oh wow, what a life you have, you can come and you can go and whatever, and then I think that's where that prejudice comes from. A lot of times I feel like, I feel like they're just jealous that they can't do what we do.
Well, they can, but they don't want to.
They don't choose to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they don't choose to. We choose to do this.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's not, like I always say, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
When you got to go to work and it's pouring down rain, and you got to get in the dinghy, or take your laundry to shore
in the morning, cold.
Yeah, and the bags, and then when something goes wrong, you got to fix it immediately.
Immediately.
There's so much to it. That's what for me. I got into it, and I noticed my anxiety went higher than what I had before. And a lot of it was from the conveniences of before. And I never faced it because I could just move on and go to work, and everything was comfortable. And then when we got here, I didn't know what to expect. Everything was new. It wasn't comfortable. And so then I had to start looking at it like, what are you, what's doing this to you? And, but I feel like I'm working through it a lot, because to me, the number one thing was my expectations, and lowering those expectations and just going with flow. Nothing ever goes as you expect or as you plan.
Yeah.
In this life, maybe in all life, and I never noticed it, but especially, and so now I'm learning to just roll with it more.
Yeah. But I think the anxiety comes just during the first 2 years. I think I told you that before.
Right.
And then you know what to do or how to behave, and then you go with the flow.
And that's true. And by that time, you've learned how to drive your dinghy. You know how to start the motor. You know what it takes to charge your batteries. You know what it takes to keep your refrigerator going or whatever you have on the boat. When you first get in there, it's like you don't know.
You don't know anything. Yeah.
But you learn that. That's
Right.
you doing it too.
And that maybe is just
you
the
have
time
to take care of yourself.
Yeah, because I'm not near as stressed out.
Yeah, no.
So speaking of that, okay, that brought me to another question. What kind of maintenance do you do? Do you pitch in with Dawn and get right there and dirty with them, or
I do it all.
do you?
I do it all. I do engine work.
Okay, I don't know. I
Yeah.
hate to do engine work.
I know, I'm not
I
saying
do
I
my
don't like it all the time.
engine,
Right,
I don't
but-
like it.
But it's things that you gotta learn when you live out here because you cannot depend on anybody else.
Yeah.
You have to be the one, if your through hole, the hose comes off, you gotta know how to go in there and stick that thing on and make sure it's got the hose clamp, you know, or whatever, or your
Yeah.
generator stops running. You know, whether it's an inboard, outboard, or whatever, you gotta make sure you have the diesel, or you have to make sure you got the gas. You can't sit there and twiddle your thumbs waiting for somebody to come and fill
Like
it.
I do half the time waiting
Yeah,
for
you
Ron.
know,
He does
you
a lot
gotta
of
do
that.
shit,
And
right?
I know I have to, but
you
it's
have to
scary.
do it. You
Right.
know? She has done. I don't.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I do everything. And I don't like to do it. I don't touch my engine. I don't touch. I just do changing filters, changing oils, changing everything.
Yeah.
But I don't.
But there's times where you might need to know that if you
But
were
all
out
the
there
other
and something
things I
happens.
do it.
Right, right.
You got to be able to say, you know, at least some kind of knowledge
Right.
of it, so that you're not left out there alone.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
exactly.
just feel
I put
so.
together my lithium batteries by myself.
Yes.
And the solar panel note, somebody put it there, you know.
Yeah.
But I put
Yeah,
it all
there's
the-
times.
yeah.
You know, I had this is another thing too. I'm gonna touch on here. I had a lady, and this is what I have told Don for a long time. All women that are on sailboats or living out on the water, they need to know this stuff themselves.
Right.
Because, like, I knew a lady. They were taking off. They were going to Mexico, and I don't remember what happened. The boat was turbulent. The guy is out on. He's got his harness on and his strap thing. You know, I forget what you call it right now, and he falls overboard,
Yeah.
hits his head.
My ultimate
He's
fear.
still attached.
Oh,
Uh,
gosh. Oh, gosh.
What to do?
Yeah.
She couldn't get him in.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He died,
Did he?
Really?
still hanging to the side of the boat. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know. I think the engine quit or something. She didn't know how to start it. She
They
didn't
were
know how to
trapped.
do
They
it.
were
yes,
They were
yeah.
traveling.
Okay, yes.
And so
Ah.
here she is, hours. She finally got her Mayday call in. They finally get to her, and there he is on the side of the boat because she couldn't get him back
Yeah, it could
in
be
or whatever. You know,
life and
and,
death situation.
and you
have
that's
to,
why you
right.
gotta know. You
I know, and
She
I-
didn't even know how to start.
Makes
the
me want
engine.
to get in there more now.
You gotta
Yeah,
know.
I know.
You
You
have
have
to
to.
know.
Yeah, you
She
have
could have died herself.
Well,
You know, so you have to be able to take care of yourself.
that's
And
very,
your
very
partner.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
If we fall and hit his head
So,
or break a leg or
I
something.
gotta, that makes me think of something. I know maybe I'm switching a lot, but it keeps
That's
pulling me to another direction, which I love. So were you guys prissy girls or tomboys when you were little? I'll speak first and then you guys can think about it. But for me, I was a tomboy. I was raised with 3 brothers, and I played with Barbies and dolls, but I was on a skateboard and skates, and
Yeah.
my whole mentality, I think since childhood, was always, if a guy can do it, I can do it too. And if they cuss like a sailor, I'll fucking cuss like a sailor too. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna keep right up. No man is better than me. I've always had that mentality.
Yeah.
And I admire, I think that's why I love this life, or admire women like you that do these manly things that are intimidating to women, because men mostly do it. And I don't want to be that old school thinker,
Yeah.
but I am. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird? And anyway, so I was a tomboy type.
I don't want to say I was a prissy little girl because I never had really anything to be prissy with. My hair was always stringy. There was 3 of us girls and 1 little boy. And Mom would tell us to go get him ready to go somewhere. Well, we put our clothes on. She didn't tell us what to put on.
Yeah.
So we put
You
our
have to
clothes
do
on
it.
him, but I don't know. I ran, I played, I stumped my toes. I wasn't a prissy little girl. I can't say that. I
That's
didn't
what
wear
I'm
dresses.
right.
Yeah, no, none
Oh,
of
but
that.
I like to wear dresses.
No, yeah, I know, I do
Like,
too.
yeah,
I like to
too,
be feminine
Yeah.
and prissy at times. I like to be classy sometimes
Yeah.
and trashy. I mean, I am afraid of it all. Like I'm just not a certain type. But
Yeah.
so
No,
how are you?
I wasn't. My mom was always very tough on me. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to, to do everything that my brother could.
Yeah.
Right,
You know?
right.
And it's interesting because nowadays she wants me to be more. Oh, you have to be more delicate. You have to be more this. I said, nah, too late.
Yeah, right, all right.
You're
Now she
impatient.
wants to
You
change
need
me.
to comb your hair. What do you mean? Now? I didn't comb it when I was 12. You think I'm going to do it now?
No way.
You go there.
Yeah, I've embraced it more. Like I said, I used to wear makeup, and I've never been a prissy girl, a feminine for sure, but more on the tomboy side. And I love the dirty joke, just like any guy. I would be right in there telling them with them and just laughing it up, or maybe it's not polite to do that. And my mom raised me with manners and how to be a feminine woman. And but I also had a father that was cussed like a sailor. He was just down to earth, a little on the abusive side at times. So I feel like that's where I get the mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been around sailors and roofers and, cowboys. My second husband was a bull rider, so I was around that for a long time. I've been married 3 times. My first one was a roofer. And you want to talk about cussing, so it just comes. Sometimes I'll be talking and shit just flies out my mouth.
Me too.
And I'm like, where am I at?
And I don't care anymore.
It's like,
I've been told my whole life, you cuss too much, stop, fuck you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's how I look at it. I really don't.
I don't curse.
You don't?
No.
Why? What is your view on it?
I don't know why
It just doesn't come out.
It doesn't come out. It's
man.
very difficult.
Maybe-
If I stay with too long with people who does it, then I start doing it. But otherwise, no.
Yeah,
So it's just nothing that's, see, were you
It doesn't
raised
count.
around it a lot? I was raised around it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, that helps
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was saying.
All right, so did I already ask the question about sailor prejudice?
Yes.
I did, okay, because I'm a little nervous. All right.
We should be nervous, not her.
I know, I told you I have anxiety.
It will pass.
Okay, I got my, so was there ever a time that you said, fuck this life?
Oh,
Every
lots of
day.
times.
Every day?
Every day until you fix that problem. Or
Right.
it's like Don's been in the engine room trying to get this generator, and he's one of the things he's got to change things. I'm like, keep it the way it is.
Oh, that's how I am in wrongs like you.
Oh, I just keep it the way it is. Why do you got to turn it this way? Why can't you just put it back this way or whatever? But yeah, you do every day.
Every day.
Every
Especially after a bad crossing.
Yeah.
What am I doing
What
here?
am I doing this for?
Okay.
Yeah,
Exactly. And then you arrive and you rest, and the next day, what's next?
That's
Yeah,
right.
what are we doing today?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was
Every
me, and I'm like,
single-
maybe I'm not being positive enough, or
No,
it's part of the
every
struggle.
day
Okay.
you do it. It's a hard struggle to do.
Yes, it is.
Because of the fact that you do have to self-contain and you do have to, take
You
care of
have
everything on your
everything.
boat. You have to take care of
Yes.
everything, whether it's you, your husband, or whatever, as a team.
Right.
You have to survive.
That's
Like
right.
right now, I just spent 3 months in land, right? Living very comfortable. And then I came back to the boat. The boat wasn't hard. I look at the boat, really?
Right? I'm gonna go
Do I want
back
to
to
do
this,
this
right?
again?
And then the next day you relax and everything. Okay, let's do it.
Yes,
Right.
you start to get involved.
There's something
in it
that
and
pulls you
run around.
in. It's
Yes.
got to be the freedom. What do you guys think it is? The freedom of it, or because it's rough? What keeps pulling us into this?
I feel like it's the freedom and the isolation. You know, since I've been doing this for 20 some odd years now, I am more comfortable there on my boat by myself
Right.
with the water and the birds and the dolphins and the
That is
turtles
also true,
and
yeah.
and whatever, I don't have all this crap and cars and sirens and red lights
That's how Ron
and,
is. He can't
and all
stand
that
it.
kind of crap. I can't take it.
What I like the most is no bills.
Yeah,
that's just no
That's
bills.
good. No
Yeah.
bills.
My only bill
Minimal.
is my Starlink, and that's all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I tell everybody that I spend $100 a month, they look at what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The rest is optional. Food also.
Yeah.
The rest is optional.
Or it's just
I
like
don't
you
need
have
it.
your phone,
It's
or
that
whatever, your
$100 a month,
Starlink
yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's not bills that,
Pile up, and
Yes,
then you have to
yes.
Like credit cards and
subscribe,
all
and
this.
then
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then you have to
No.
subscribe for to something to have some more something.
and I think in this life too, a lot of it is you live with cash moments too.
Yeah.
So you don't have all them credit cards that you have to pay off every
Yes,
month or
that's
pay
true.
these bills.
That's true.
You work, you
You
make
pay
your money,
every- you
and
pay
you
everything.
pay for what you need. You don't have all this extra stuff.
But did that come from, so for me, I've kind of always been against credit cards. We tried that route and kind of racked them up a little, nothing compared to others.
Right.
But now we've been against credit cards for so long. If you don't have the cash to spend now, then don't spend it. you know?
Yeah.
But I've thought this way for a long time. Did you have this mentality before you started living this way, or just kind of grow
I think
into
I
it?
just grew into it because when I lived on shore, I had it all.
Right.
I had everything. You know, I had a nice home. It was comfortable. I had a nice car, everything. But once you shed all that stuff, and it's just like an everyday kind of, that's how you survive.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, that's what we're surviving here. And it's what I choose to do, how I choose to do it. I don't have to do it because they do it, or I don't have to do it because they do it.
To show off.
Yeah, it's the individual self.
Yes,
You're more in
it's
touch
a-
with your
yeah.
individual self.
Oh, yeah.
Something that I noticed in this lifestyle is also that our neighbors, they have a new car, so I'm going to have a new car. They have a new this, and on boats we don't have that.
Yeah, keeping up with the
Everybody is
Joneses.
very comfortable.
Right.
What they
I'm
have,
against that
and the way
mentality
they
too.
are.
And
Right.
exactly.
And the way
And
they
I
are.
think that too, the people, when you live on boats too, people, you do seem to get closer with your neighbors.
Yes.
Because we all do live together. You know, and we live that same life.
But at the same time, you know that traveling, when we are traveling, the relationships get very strong, very
Very quick.
easy, very
Yes.
quick.
Yeah.
Because we know that we are going to be apart in maybe 2-3 months, and we are never going to see each other again.
Exactly.
Right,
You
you
build
know?
bonding relationships.
And that's
in
hard.
a short time.
It is hard.
Because then you gotta
Very
say goodbye,
hard.
and I have such a hard time. I mean, it's not like they're gone forever, but I have such a morbid way of looking at things sometimes, and I hate saying
Now
goodbye.
we have Facebook, so it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
But-
right.
But like I went to visit my friend that I met in Rio Dulce. I went to visit her in Poland. You know, so and I spent 10-20 days with her over there.
Right.
You know, so it's
You meet people
It-
from
everywhere.
everywhere.
And that's
so
see,
cool.
I haven't gotten to that point yet, but that's what is exciting to me.
yeah.
I hate to say goodbye and leave people, but
Yeah, I don't like
building
to do that.
relationships, different cultures, different mentalities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings me to this one question as far as like, what are your personal views on life? And I'll just start with me. What I mean by that is, what are your personal views on life? And what I mean by that is the type of person that you are inside. So for me, I'm a minimalist. I'm not materialistic, and I don't think I ever really have been. I think when I was a teen, I got into the what's popular jeans and stuff, but the older I get, for sure, I'm so far away from that. I don't keep up with the Joneses. To be honest with you, I don't like that mentality. I'm not about making money, and I never have been about that. I think so. For me, it's more. I'm more at peace. I'm trying to find my individual self and fully accept my individual self. And if people don't like it, I don't care. And none of us should
Pretty
care.
much, yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
living
exactly.
life for you or anybody else. And when you're younger,
That's
you have
why
that
you choose
mentality.
this life, because you don't. I don't
Right.
feel like I have to keep up with anybody.
Right.
You know,
Or
if I
anything,
want to
or
go to
your
shore
friends,
with 2 different shoes on or whatever, people just gonna say, "Oh, there's Dina,"
That's
you know,
right.
or whatever, and I don't care.
I'm wearing the same yesterday.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
wow.
That's
I
why
don't
no
care.
makeup. Right.
You know, I just
That's my point. That's
Yeah.
why I'm doing this podcast, because I want to be my true, authentic self. No makeup. This is what I look like. No plastic surgery. Gray hair thing. I'm fat. Sometimes I don't care when I walk off the boat. I used to. I wouldn't even leave the house without makeup on.
But if you go back to the house, I know because I was inland or on land right now. You get
you go back
you
into
go
that
back
routine.
exactly. You go back to makeup, to dress up nicely. You
Every
go,
day,
every
get up,
day.
No,
yes.
and that's good if you
Shower,
want
everything.
to.
Yeah.
You know, if it makes you feel good. But if you're,
Well, my
if it's
mama
like
didn't
a,
allow me to be behind, you know, what I want to, but so I have to follow her rules,
Oh.
also her house.
At her house, right?
Whatever.
don't
Yeah.
embarrass me. Don't go out looking like that with one shoe on.
Well, I had the same shoe, you know. Again,
You're gonna wear that again? It's 4 days.
Or it's like your clothes too. You know, when you're on a boat, you have little minimal space
Yes.
to put things, right?
Yeah.
I don't check things when I go out, and it can be wrinkled.
Oh,
You know,
oh,
if
yeah.
there's a stain of paint or
Exactly.
something, I don't give a shit. I just put it on
Me
and
too.
go.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. We don't give a fuck what people think because we're so in our own individual selves. That's the way it should be. But I guess, if you're keeping up with the 9 to 5 and you're in this prestige job in a corporation, or you're a movie star, all that, I guess you do, have to do that. But I don't want that. I'd rather live poor and like a bum.
Comfortable.
And
Comfortable.
true to myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have, like you said, you
It's
have no
comfortable.
bills, so you don't have to stress about that.
So you're
Yeah,
not a
you know.
slave of work.
Right.
Exactly. I did that
Because-
for several years down here. It's like every day, gotta go, and you're doing it for somebody else. You're not doing it for yourself. Yeah, you're doing it so you can pay for your things that you want or that you might need for your boat. But other than that, no.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said last, my boat is ready to cross.
Mhm.
I want to go to Europe, to the Med.
Me
So
too.
That's what I was doing before. So
Mhm.
now the rigging is done, and I did it by myself
Yeah.
on a mooring boat.
Yeah, before
You
you left,
girls,
right?
see, I love that.
Before you left the last
Yes,
time, I seen you guys up on the mast there.
Exactly. We were up and down, up and
Yep.
down. Took us a month, not
Yeah.
2-3 days like a professional, can
Right.
be. But hey, it's done.
Yeah,
You know?
and to me, by you doing that too, this is my thing too. It's like, I don't know if it's a control thing that I have, but I like to do things myself so I know how it's done. And it's like, you never
And then-
know if
and then the whole
You
thing
like
is
Ron so
you
much.
you never know if somebody else goes up there and does this and they don't get the cotter pin right. You know, and it
Right.
pops out and then your roller furling falls down or something. At least I know that if I'm up there, I know
I know
I
how
did
they
it my
do it,
way.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I
I
know the right way,
wasn't
but-
up there because Lance didn't allow me to go up there. I was just putting him up.
Yeah.
But well, that's fine. I did.
Yeah.
Right, you had a lot to do down
Yes,
there.
Oh,
exactly.
sure, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I want to get out. That's what I said. What I've always admired is women that do things that men do. Like Ron got a motorcycle and taught me how to ride. I got my own motorcycle and
I had my own motorcycle.
yeah, just any
Two
type of
them.
things.
can't
But I
hold
still am super old school, and especially the older I get, I'm kind of getting. I don't like it, so I'm changing slowly. But I just had a stepmom, my stepmother-in-law. She did so much. She did drywall maintenance. She helped on a bike and went. Whatever. She did it. Painted the house. She just kept up. And I always admired her for that. And that's how I always wanted to be. I'm like, I don't want my fears holding me back.
I've
And-
done everything from roofing to laying brick, electrical work. I've worked on ranches and worked cows. I've done freaking everything. Motor work. I've done,
Yeah, see, I love that.
I've done everything. So I'm not saying I'm proficient at it all.
No.
Right. But you're
But
not afraid.
I can figure out a problem if
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
something that,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I just love this life. I do. And like you said, there are times when things do get overwhelming and you just want to throw your hands up and then you just go do another project or something else and then that project doesn't seem as bad anymore.
Yeah,
but
and then you go
sometimes-
back.
Yeah, and then you go back.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you're in the
I do
middle of it.
exactly
You just
like this.
want to screw that
Yeah.
thing in your head,
Yeah.
It's not working.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you figure it out.
Like my dinghy.
Yes.
Yes. I just left over there, not working for 4 months. And then one day I said, okay, now it's time. So I got the outboard out at the shed there, open up, and then 4 guys came to help me, right?
Yeah. That's
And I was just looking.
Yeah.
I was just looking what they were doing, I said, okay, can be this. And then at the end, it's
Suck it
working.
in. Yeah, you suck it in.
I thought we will be a lot worse than it really.
Right. Right.
And now it's working.
Yeah.
In one day.
Well, Don's taught me a lot. I mean, can I sit down and clean the carburetor on the dinghy right now by myself? Probably not.
I
Or
can.
probably I can.
I can.
If I sit there and I don't have any distractions and I sit there and I look at it and I can figure it out and I can do it. Because like right now, I have him. I don't
Yeah.
have to do it.
Well, and
you
the
know,
point,
when I do watch.
but the point is this: is walking through the fear to do it.
Oh yeah.
You can think it's intimidating. That's how I get, and I'm like, oh, just let Ron do it because he already knows what he's doing and da da da. I probably couldn't do that very well. It's intimidating.
It is intimidating,
When it's
but
certain-
you need to let yourself do it.
Right, that's what I mean.
And it's interesting, especially engines, you know, they don't
Right.
break.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
break. If you put it apart and put it together, they don't break like this. you know?
Right.
So you can try and try and try, and if it doesn't work, try again. If you don't know, and then you get, later, tomorrow, have a coffee.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you come back again and try again.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah.
I
the
do
way
that
to
with
do it.
something, that's what I'm saying, but it's really weird. That's when it comes to mechanical stuff, I'm like, it's just not my thing. I've never.
No, I don't
done
like it either.
Right.
No, but
And I'm like, if somebody's there to do it, then I'll just let my husband do it, But that's not because I don't want to be that way. That's taking the chicken shit way out. I feel.
Yeah, you need to get
Like
in
I
there
really
and
don't want to
help
be. Yeah, I want to
You
help
just
more.
need to do it.
And
Get
I
your
wanna
ass
do it
in that
myself.
engine room and find out where that hose go, or how do you do that,
Right.
or what sockets you might need. That's how you start.
Yeah.
They say, give me this.
I
give
do
me
that.
this,
I'm
give me
good at
this.
passing shit out, but
Yeah. But get your head in there, get your ass in there,
Right.
figure it out, find out
Right.
what he's doing, watch what he's doing.
Yep.
You're not just here to flip eggs,
No, I think
or sew
that's right.
something.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
right. Yes.
Can I tell you something? This is the thing that I hate the most when we get together with a lot of women sailing, because they just know how to talk about changing diapers and how to flip eggs.
Yeah,
right.
the tip-
You know?
Yeah,
And I
right.
said, I don't want to know this.
Yeah, I already know
Exactly.
that shit. Come on,
Me
let's
neither.
see what else do we got going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that stereotypical.
man's department.
That's what I mean. What a
Yeah.
woman knows, what a man does. That's what I said. I hate that mentality. I've always been against it. But getting really vigorously honest, like, well, look at you still think that way deep down. It was embedded in me, I guess. But it's like Ron does the mechanics on the car, changing the tire, the mechanics on the boat. I do the cleaning and I help passing him with stuff. And
yeah.
he's showed me how to start the motor, like do certain things, but really getting nitty gritty, I'll be honest. No. The person that I want to be is, no, I want to be like you. I want to be like
just
you.
have to get in there and do it.
I know.
Also know something that I noticed in this community. He won't like it, but that's fine. Because it's not normal for a woman talk about, let's put little batteries or
Right.
engines or
Right.
right. So, and I noticed that like when I am in this group, they don't even look at me because they think that I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
yes.
So
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I just keep there, and I used to give my opinion. Now I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because they just shut me out, on the subject, and so now I just sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Okay, and just absorb everything that I can,
Yeah.
and I do absorb a lot.
So why don't
So-
you? Why don't you give your opinion?
I used to, but they just, so they really,
They dismiss it,
if
yeah.
I'm talking to you, like I give my opinion, they talk to me, okay, they
Right,
turn
yeah.
their back,
Yeah.
not all of them,
Yeah,
but some.
exactly,
But
yeah.
some. I give my opinion, but they don't talk to me when they have to respond.
Oh, I knew
it's
exactly.
because
It's
you're a
certain
girl
time.
and you don't know that
That's
kind of
right.
stuff.
It's certain
Exactly,
things,
pretty
right.
much like this.
And
Yeah.
So
She
now
really don't know
I
what
give
she's
my
talking
opinion.
about.
I give my to somebody that asks me
Right. Well,
directly.
that's a good way to
Yeah.
be, anyways.
Directly.
Mhm.
So what do you think? And then I give my opinion, how I put the things together, how I manage, and everything. But otherwise, no.
Well, this is another thing too, like on the boat. Dawn has this thing that every night I cook and everything like that. And you know how you are when you cook, we clean as we go.
Yes,
but
yes.
he makes sure dishes are done every single night. I don't have to do that. But it's almost like, and this is where I'm going with this too. It's like I got a new light for the aft cabin. And that's actually my room back there. So he's doing dishes. I'm in the back. I'm rewiring the light.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm rewiring the fan.
Yes.
And it's not hard. You just have to look
Yes,
and put it
yeah.
back the way it come up.
Well, it should be 50-50, and that's pretty much what I'm about. Like a man, it shouldn't be women cook, clean, barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen. And Ron's never been like that.
Yeah.
He was raised that way.
Yeah.
From in the South. His mother was a Susie homemaker, wife, mother, and loved it. And
Yes.
she did good at it.
Yeah.
I was raised with parents that got divorced early. My dad was a hard ass. I was kind of like daddy's girl trying to please him. So my mom worked, so I just didn't like that mentality. I never did. I'm like, I'm not going to be under some man's thumb.
Yeah, no, you
But
can't be
so
that way
I think
out there.
getting a man that goes into it the same way, that's willing to do feminine roles and help you out in your team. That's what
But
it's
I
about.
think the sailors usually are like this because
Yes.
they have to do it.
You
They
have to
do
do it.
everything.
You have
Right.
to. You have to learn because you can't just call the air conditioner guy like he lived in a house or your heater goes out.
Right.
You can't do that. You have to be able to take care of yourself no matter what it is on that 40-some-odd-foot boat you live on.
And
Because
I
there's
guess
nobody gonna come out and do it.
there's probably women, obviously, in society that do that too. But I think probably women in society that are very much like-minded like this too. And it's not just females that sail, but I think why I want female sailors or females that are living this life is because typically it's a man's world. It's a man's life. Men sail, men do all that.
Now let me ask you, why they all call their boats women? Mine is a man. My boat is a man.
What is a man?
Yeah, they call them she's. I
don't know.
Exactly. My boat is a he.
That's been that way
that's so
for, that's been that way forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
back
think
in
there's
the
something
day,
behind it. I know.
our
Changing
days.
rules.
I know, exactly.
Mine's a man.
Mine is a man.
Ours is a bird.
Mine's a dragon. So it's all good. We just call it what we want and do what we want. You know, it's that little space that we have. That's our space.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
right.
and to me, it's so. I almost feel like I'm covered in a blanket when I get on my boat.
Yeah.
That's how Ron
That's
is.
me.
He loves
That's
it.
my cocoon.
Yes,
you know,
that's my
that
space.
I like it
my
sometimes, but I'm restless and I need to get out. I need to be on land. I get bored and feel like I'm in a prison sometimes. I'll be honest.
Oh,
I gotta get the fuck out and get me on
There's
land.
lots of things
I'll
to
stay
do.
days on my
That's what
boat.
mom used to say. If you're bored, I'll find something for you to do.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ron loves it, but I'm both. I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I do love it, but I got to get off the boat.
I got to
sometimes.
where I
want
don't know if it was because of COVID and everybody you had to stay away. I haven't really come back from that, to tell you the truth. I don't like going to town. I don't like going to shore. I don't like going around a lot of people. I don't, you know,
Yeah, we don't either, really.
I don't. And
Are you that way too? Okay, because me and Ron are that way a lot. Even before we got the boat life, but probably even more now. I got to get on land and be around people, but I don't like hordes of people. I don't like being around a shit ton of people. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, I'm very social. You know, I get along with everybody. I talk a lot, but I like to have my privacy. Like you said, I like when I want to get out, I just go to my corner, and that's just my boat.
yes,
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
my boat.
Oasis.
It's my exactly.
But see, my little sister's the same way.
But I don't feel that on a house.
Yeah, no.
I don't feel that on a house. I
Yeah,
don't know if
it's
it's
not-
too big.
Yeah, I think
or-
it's
don't
because
know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
they're like
feel
a
you're
little
in
burrow. That's what I
yeah.
feel like whenever I go down the stairs. I'm like going into the burrow, like a
Yeah,
little
my little
rabbit.
sister lives on a boat out here too, but she's one of those type that has to be on shore every day. She's always got to be doing something. And I told her the other day, I'm like, can't you amuse yourself on your boat? You know, can't you find something to do or whatever?
I have never
But
been that
she doesn't
person.
want to do that.
You know what? Ron is like that. Him and my daughter, they can entertain themselves, sit around,
Yeah.
draw, paint, whatever. And my son's like me. I think we're both ADHD, but we get stimulated by outdoor activity, socializing, being active. I can do that for a while. Like I was trying to change myself and be more like Ron and like simmer down, like just take it easy. And then I started I'm trying to accept everything about me, and that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I want a little piece of that, but you know what? I got to go, and I do like to stay busy. I don't want to stay so busy that I'm not thinking and taking the time to be in the now and today and appreciate and learn about myself. But I don't have to be somebody I'm not. I'm not that person,
Yeah.
and that's okay that he is. I got to get on land sometimes. I'm more active, and I get once I get stimulated or get active like that, I can come back and then I can chill. But doing it for long periods of time, I
I'll
have
go
no time.
4 days, 5 days, 6
Oh,
days.
he loves
Be
it.
on the boat, and and not have any worry about it because I have everything I need. I have drinks, I have food.
Right.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I get out more.
a lot of times when
You do
I
too.
get in, I don't like getting into everybody's drama because it's
No, I
almost
don't like
like
that.
it's almost like no matter where you go, somebody over here's got to yik yak this and
Oh,
yik
yeah,
yak this and talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't even want that shit in my head.
No, me.
I don't
yeah.
watch the news.
I don't like
because
that
I don't
small
want that
town.
shit in my head.
I'm the same way.
I don't. Somebody.
I mean,
said
I've been
something the other
following
day.
politics, but that's way more than I normally do. But I don't think I've ever watched the news till recently.
I
But
don't watch any of it.
I don't watch regular news, but I do follow that, which I shouldn't even do that. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
even
If I
do
had more,
anything.
yeah.
My little sister
I
said
love that
something the other
mentality.
day. She's like, "Did you hear about?"
Oh, what?
I'm still. I never hear.
There's nothing you can do about it. So why even? Why
Well,
even take up the space?
That's
in
right.
your brain?
Once it's in there,
Yeah, a lot
Because
of
you were
times
going to
it's-
think about it. If it's
Yeah.
not
yeah, it's
Yeah.
negative shit going
Yes.
in.
Yeah, I'm not putting that shit in my head no more.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm
right.
done. You know, so I
exactly.
just stay on my little boat. I sew, I clean, I cook.
Mhm.
I bought myself a pasta maker. I make jelly.
Oh,
I
have a
make
pasta
bread.
maker.
I just do it, you
Good.
know. And it's for me and my husband.
Yeah.
You know, now the other night I made fried rice, and I had a wok full of fried rice
Wow.
for 2 people.
Well, that's the way it should be.
You know, so
think.
and you know, I don't know. That's how I find my comfort.
Right.
You know, I used to go out. I used to plan all the parties at the tiki's. I used to but I just got a lot of sick and tired of everybody's.
It's just too much.
It's like,
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I'm
you're
just-
spending
no.
more individual time on your passions, your things that you like, and
Yeah.
that's all. That's the goal. For
I mean,
me.
like I said, I'm 65 years old now. I can die tomorrow.
Right.
I could live another 20 years. I don't have to. Well, I'm just
no,
saying 20.
time's a wasting.
I'm just saying 20.
Yeah,
You know, the
that's-
rest of my life is gone.
I think that
Ain't
comes
nothing to
with
do
that
about
with age, but we can talk. I'd like to talk about that on another podcast. But I think I'd hate to cut it short. Yeah, but I think we're going to go ahead and end for now. I think I would like to have another one of these, you girls.
No.
We're going to talk about so much stuff, but anyways,
We'll bring some rum and coke next time.
that's what I want. I want to get to a different place and get comfortable.
Right.
All right, and I
It's
guess
getting
I'll
cold
see
in
you
here.
next time, my next podcast. Thanks. Thank you
Bye.
both. Thank you guys.
Bye.